All right, let's look how we can combine these last two scripts. And what this will do now is it'll go through, and if there is a marker, it'll keep it. If there's no marker, then it'll add one, and it'll figure out what the correct marker text should be. So let's create a new script here, and let's just do a save as here. And you know, what we're doing these is just we've gotten all these broken down into individual tasks, and this is going to help us as we try to put this together. So if we look at this one, let's wait till the save is complete here. Okay, so now we can combine these. So this one here, we have the get marker, and then we want to go to the original script, and the ones we really need is the get marker, get cross-reference marker text, and the get text. So we want these two functions, and we'll add these to the end of this one. And then we'll go back here and let's just look at our calls here. So our first one has a call to get the marker text, and really what we want to do first is to check and see if there is already a marker. So let's copy this over. We're going to need this call. And so what we're going to do here is if there's an existing marker, we're going to keep it, but if there's no existing marker, so we can do this, we can say if not marker, because what will happen is that'll return undefined. If there's no marker, then we're going to put in our call here, and we're going to get the marker text is really what we're going to get here. Let's just format this a little bit, and so let's add a variable here for the marker text. And actually, check that. We're always going to get a marker. We're always going to get a marker. And the reason is because if one doesn't exist, we're going to create it. So what we're going to need here is that we're going to have to add the marker text. Now, what's interesting about this is we don't want to add marker text if we already have a marker. So let's see how we can do that. Okay, so here's what we can do. We can say, we can check that marker. So we can say if marker text is equal to an empty string, because remember when we inserted our own marker, we left it empty. And then if that's the case, then we will do this. We will create the marker text, we'll get the correct marker text for that paragraph, and then we'll add it. So yeah, I think that's going to work. So let's try that out. And what we'll do here is we will display the actual marker text of each marker. So let's save the changes. We'll go back to FrameMaker. Now remember, this one already has a marker, and actually let's delete this marker here that we added in the last video. So let's run this and let's see what we get. And actually we have to add that script. So let me go back here and add it. I'm going to right click and say copy file name. Go back here to the script window and go ahead and add it. Okay, so now I want to run this. So this is basically picking up that existing marker text that's already in this window. So let's just double check that. So if we select the marker and go to the marker window, we'll see that that's the text that was already there. So it just picked up the current text. And let's go back here and let's actually run the script here. Now it's inserting the marker and we didn't get any marker text, so we'll have to see what went wrong there. Let's just double check. Let's look at the marker window, and yeah, so we have a problem here in our script, so let's figure out what that is. Okay, so we're back at the script, and what we see is even though we got the marker text, we never assigned it to the marker in here. So we have to say marker text equals marker text. Okay, so that should work now this time. Now let's go back to FrameMaker, but we're going to need to delete that empty marker that we had in here. Let's delete that, and let's run the script again. Yeah, now we see, okay, it did add the marker, and that's the marker text of the new marker that it added. And let's add this one here. And if we run it again, we'll see that it's going to pick up that existing marker and show us the marker text. So it's never going to double up the markers, which is what we want.